Hi everyone, my name is Jean and the name of my channel is Jean Home Decor and More. Welcome back and welcome if you are new. I hope that you guys are having an amazing Sunday. This is the Sunday before Thanksgiving. Well, welcome to another quick and easy meal. Quick and easy meals are hosted by the Grace Life DIY Home Decor, Deborah Kabasa Home Living, and myself, Jean Home Decor and More. So listen up, guys. You can tell what I am doing today by the ingredients that you see here on my countertop. I'm not cooking today, I'm baking. And I am baking 2 sweet potato pies. So let's pop in and let's see what recipes go in, what ingredients, go into this recipe that I've had for quite some time. It's called old-fashioned sweet potato pie. So I'm going to be using, pre-made pie crust because this is quick and easy. And these are deep dish pie crusts, okay? And instead of using sugar, I'm going to use Truvia because we don't need the sugar, okay? So I'm going to be using Truvia instead, and I'm going to be using these spices and like a pinch of salt, evaporated milk, and then I'm going to be using a little lactate low-fat milk instead of regular milk. I have my all-purpose flour in the back there. This recipe, you can use margarine or butter. I'm choosing to use margarine. Of course, I have my sweet potatoes, which the recipe calls for 2¼ cups of cooked mashed sweet potatoes. And then I'm going to beat up 2 eggs, okay? So these are the items that will be going into my recipe today. Now, I want to tell you a little bit more about Quick and Easy Meals. Quick and Easy Meals is an open invite collaboration. It's hosted every Sunday at 7 p.m. You can cook, bake, you can do takeout, you can do smoothies, breakfast, lunch. If you're out to dinner, you can do that as well. This is the perfect venue for any of those, categories that you would like to. Okay, guys, so what I do is I cut these ends off my sweet potatoes. I rinse them off, and believe it or not, I'm gonna put a couple little holes in them. Okay, that's what I do. Makes them cook a little quicker. So I know you guys are out there. I know some of you guys are getting ready to cooking. These 4 sweet potatoes will be more than enough for 2½ cups. But I always do a little more. That's just what I do. And when I buy yams, I try to look for yams that look, or sweet potatoes. I try to look for some that really look good and have like a rich, it's not orange, I would say, like maybe a more, like a real healthy, light orange color. So that's what I try to look for. If they look dull, I don't want to buy them because I'm thinking they're not sweet. Okay, so as you can see here, I had those all in the pan. I'm gonna fill this up with some water. And I love this pot here. This is a Cuisinart So I put in enough water to cover the sweet potatoes, okay? So I'm gonna pop these on the stove. It's 2 o'clock. By the time I come back and these cool off, it'll be 3:30. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get this video out today because by the time I get this done, I'm trying to think, get this done, do that, you know, put the video up, then edit it. I'm not sure I'm gonna make 7 o'clock, you guys, but if I don't, I'll post it eventually, okay? Like maybe today is Sunday. So if I don't get a chance to do it today, I'll do it, you'll see it tomorrow, okay? All right. Okay guys, I'm also, in addition to making sweet potato pies, I have cleaned these greens, I'm soaking them as well, and I am cutting them up. While I wait for these sweet potatoes to cool off, then I'll start the pies. But in the meantime, while they're cooling off, I thought that I would cut up these greens. So I am multitasking. Keep watching. Okay guys, my greens are all cleaned and cut up. I take the stems out. I make sure that I take some of them out before I even, clean them. For those that I missed, these are the stems. We don't want to cook those. And collard greens are very nutritious for you. They are full of folate, vitamins K, C, and A. They are an excellent source of an antioxidant and fiber. They are very nutritious for you. So, you want to make collard greens taste very flavorful. So what I'm doing is I'm going to show you what I'm going to put in. Hold on. Okay guys, so I'm going to flavor these collard greens with, some seasoning meat, which is a smoked turkey drum. And then I use Better Than Bouillon. I'm not sure what you guys use, but that's what I use. And I'm going to season these greens up. I do not put onions in my collard greens. I know that some people do. I do not. So that's what I'm doing here. So I'm going to get started with that. And then once I get them all situated, I'm going to start making the pies. Multitasking. Okay guys, so I put my bouillon, Better Than Bouillon, in here. I put this in here. I put my smoked turkey drum in here. Some red pepper flakes, salt, pepper, Lorry seasoning. Did I say I wasn't going to use onion? But I did use a little onion and garlic powder. Sorry about my finger. I put a little of this in here. And so then toward the end, I do put just a little bit, maybe a teaspoon or two, depending on how many greens I fix. Put a little teaspoon or two of sugar in there. So I'm going to start cooking this, smoked turkey drum, and then later I will add the collard greens. Keep watching. Okay guys, so what I have here is a half a cup of butter or margarine, and I have my mashed sweet potatoes. So I'm going to combine those. And then I'm going to add the sugar, flour, and spices, and then I'm going to mix those. But because my blender is loud, I'm just going to blend it up, and then I'll come back, okay? Keep watching. Okay guys, I've blended that. So now I'm going to add 1 1/4 cups of sugar, 1 tablespoon of flour, a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of ground nutmeg, a half a teaspoon of ground ginger, a half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground cloves. I'm going to blend all those together, and then I'm going to mix it in. So I'll show it to you before I start blending it, after I put all the spices in. Keep watching. Okay, so let me go over this again. The spices. I use a half a teaspoon of salt. I put the salt back, sorry about that. A half a teaspoon of ground nutmeg, so I did that. A half a teaspoon of ground ginger, I did that. A half a teaspoon of cinnamon, Did that. 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground cloves. Did that, okay? So that's all in here along with the 1 1/4 cups of sugar. So let's see that? That's what it's looking like. So now I'm gonna go ahead and mix that, and then I'm gonna come back and hit it up with 2 eggs, 2 beaten eggs, and then I'm gonna add 2 5 1/3 ounce of cans of evaporated milk, okay? So I'll come back with that. Keep watching. Okay guys, so I have added 2 5 1/3 ounce cans of evaporated milk, and then I have 2/3 of a cup of my lactate milk, and then I'm going to add a tablespoon of flour. So let me go ahead and do that. I have a tablespoon of flour. Y'all, I know they mad at me because I done ran everybody out the kitchen and they hungry. All right, but you know, this takes precedent. Okay, so I'm gonna mix this up before I add the lactate milk. And because the mixer is so loud, I'll mix this up and I'll come back and show it to you. Keep watching. Okay guys, I have everything mixed up and I'm gonna pour these into my pie shells. Keep watching. Okay guys, they are ready to go in the oven, and you will notice that I put a little margarine around the rim of these, and I covered them with aluminum foil, because when you're using pre-made pie crust, I find that they get a little hard if you leave them open when you bake them. So I am covering them with aluminum foil. So I am going to bake these in the oven on 425 for 10 minutes. And then I'm going to reduce the oven temperature to 350 degrees or until I stick a knife in them and they are done. So that's what we have going on here. As you can see, I sprinkled a little cinnamon and nutmeg on top, okay? Keep watching. Okay guys, I just put my greens in with the smoked turkey drum, and I am cooking it in chicken stock. Okay, so that's one pot. I have more to add. I'm going to rinse the rest of them off, and I'm going to add what I can to this pot, and any overflow I'll put in this pot. But greens usually cook down, so I probably will have room for the next batch. Okay, keep watching. Okay guys, here are the sweet potato pies, and I'm taking off this rim, and you see how nice this stayed. Your crust stays a lot nicer, and it doesn't get hard, especially when you're using pre-baked crust, prepared crust. Okay, so I'm taking this off. Okay, so there we have it. Don't they look yummy? The house smells so good. So these are my sweet potato pies. So that's the reveal for the sweet potato pies. And I'm going to come back one more time for the collard greens. Okay. Okay guys, here's the reveal of my sweet potato pies. So they came out looking really, really good. And I'm sorry I won't get this video out to you today on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because I had to go to church first. I can't put cooking in front of going to church, so I had to do that first. And you know, when I came home, you know, you got a couple of other things to do, so I kind of got a little bit of a later start, but that's okay. So, but here's the reveal. And so these, you know, smelled really, really yummy while I was baking them. And then here I have I just put the collard greens in with the smoked turkey, and I cook them, as you can see, in chicken stock, you know? So that should be pretty tasty. And so what I'm gonna do with those is freeze them before Thanksgiving. Then I have another pot here with the chicken stock underneath, and you can't see on, you know, I have some seasonings in there, but I'll probably add a little more. So I let them cook a little bit, and then I kind of taste them to see where we are, and I might add some more red pepper flakes, salt and pepper, perhaps a little onion and garlic seasoning. And so that's about it, you know. And I sprinkle a little dab of sugar in each one. So that's what I have going on here. So this is pretty much our reveal, guys. So I'm getting started with my Thanksgiving dinner. I thank you all so much for watching my videos until the end, and I hope that you guys have an amazing day. Bye-bye.